Hello, wonderful audience. Today, we are not just sharing words, but creating a dynamic exchange that will leave us triggered with new perspectives and enthusiasm. I have been manifesting TEDx for so long since the time I heard TEDx that today universe has made me land here. So hey there, I am Shilpa Mishra from the heart of Kolkata. But let me quickly rewind a bit. Imagine this. Born and raised in the snug embrace of a small city township in Bihar, and overpowered with love, joy, pampering from a joint family bonanza, mama, chacha, dada, dadi, nana, nani, you name it. Yes, I was one of those fortunate child to have been born in a joint family and as the eldest kid. I received all the love, affection, care, education, everything possibly a typical middle class family could give to their child. December 4th, 1993. The world witnessed the arrival of Kumari Shilpa to a couple in Bihar. A name as quintessentially Bihari as a plate of litti chokha. Anybody here from Bihar will understand my pain. This Kumari is like an unnecessary but stuck with you forever accessory in your wardrobe. So, yes, fast forward to my marriage. I just didn't say I do to my partner. I quickly bid farewell to Kumari as well. But this journey from Kumari Shilpa to Shilpa Mishra was definitely not easy. It is like a typical Bollywood drama. So, NTPC townships are like small cosmopolitans located in a very remote location, and I was totally confined there. Let's go back to standard 7th. When children are busy catching Pokemons, what was I doing? Oh, just calculating that I wanted to be a neurosurgeon. Why tell people that I'll figure it out when you can confidently declare that I'll be knee deep in brains fixing stuffs? Yes, I was that kid with a plan so specific that it could rival a GPS. So when the time came and somebody would ask me, what do you want to become? I could quickly jump in and say neurosurgeon as if I was ordering some toppings of my favorite pizza. Little did I know that dissecting frogs in the biology lab was a preparation for my ambitious dream. So I went forward, studied in an environment, and emerged as an academic warrior. Let's go back to class 10, where, boards come up. And let me tell you, in an environment like that, board exams are like an havoc. Parents, grandparents, neighbors, relatives, everybody gets behind you to score decent marks. So yes, I studied, I worked hard, and I scored 95% in my 10th standard, which let me tell you back in 2009 was really, really huge. उसके बाद क्या था? 11th में जाना था, सब्जेक्ट्स डिसाइड करने थे. मुझे तो पहले से पता था मुझे क्या करना है. आज तक सोने की चम्मच लेके पैदा हुई थी ना, नाश शब्द तो सुनना ही नहीं आया था. For the first time in my life, when I said to my parents that I want to be a doctor, precisely a neurosurgeon, उन्होंने मना कर दिया. नहीं करना डॉक्टर. एंड आई वॉज वेरी सरप्राइज्ड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हुआ क्या. एंड टू गो डीप इनटू द मैटर आई रियलाइज्ड उनका कंसर्न क्या था. 5 साल का MBBS, 2 साल का MD एक अटेम्प्ट में नहीं निकला, 10 साल की पढ़ाई, तो शादी कब करेंगे. नाउ इमेजिन अ गर्ल इन हर 15s, wherein everything was education, because I believed at that point of time something that could lift me up into the outer world was education. I did not understand this concept. So we made a deal. चलो bio maths दोनों लेके पढ़ लेते हैं. My 11th and 12th standards, I don't know where it went because I was so snug in books that I didn't realize what the outer world meant to me. In 12th standard, when I appeared for my boards, I fared it pretty much well. But maths का phobia था, पढ़ना था नहीं, साइड में ले लिया था. अब आगे क्या करें? So, only to keep my parents happy and only to find a middle path, I appeared for all the exams. Journalism, CLAT, AIPMT, AIEEE, West Bengal, Karnataka, you name it, and I gave all the exams. And to tell you what, I aced all of them except medical. कुछ नहीं clear हुआ medical में, बाकी सब हो गया. Now, CLAD, journalism, these terms don't even exist in the place I come from. They only know engineering, which is like a national profession of India, or medical. Medical was not in the scene. Engineering, I was not interested. But then, I was left with no choice, because if I had to step out of my hometown and study, engineering was the only profession I could take up. Now, at that point of time, I really wanted to move ahead and not stay stuck. So I said okay to it. दूसरा twist, कोई college में नहीं भेजेंगे. Girls college चुन के ले आए राजस्थान में. And I must tell you, 3,000 girls in that campus, and it was as orthodox as it could be. I mean, I had to step out of the campus. I needed a fax from my father. I needed a phone call. So 3,000 girls, 3 hours of waiting in the line only to go out for 2 hours. That frustrated me like anything. I didn't know what to do. I started hating engineering, and that quiet little girl, studious one in the school, turned out to be really, really mischievous. कि अब college से निकाल दे, अब नहीं पढ़ना. So I started doing everything I could in my capacity to get expelled from my college. It was not easy. They don't expel you. And also because, there was a time when I struggled just to go out of the campus because it was that frustrating and irritating for me. So my jugaad instincts clicked in, and what did I do? I started participating in college fests. Now my college was only concerned that if I get good positions in those fests, they could let me go out even during college hours. And I was all pumped up. The entire college of Jaipur and in and around cities, I participated in all the fests I could. And I gave my best possible performances to get a trophy to the college, so that the next time when I plan to go out, nobody asked me a question. And that did happen. And that made me hate engineering a little less. 4 years passed by. I got a very good placement. And again, I was, in the best phase of my life, happy, planning for the life ahead. When the second twist came, on the day of my joining, my grandmother said bye to us forever. I was shattered and obviously could not take my step forward to leave my family in that condition and join the job. Now, come back to Bihar, a graduate girl, the eldest one in the family, sitting there, and you don't talk about marriage again. So that drama started again. I was literally clueless about what to do next. When suddenly I gathered courage from somewhere and I went to Gurgaon with no plan at all. Somehow I managed to find a job in one of the startups, and I started loving that too. But in the meanwhile, I was missing my family also. So I went back for some Diwali vacation, I believe, only to realize that my marriage had been fixed without telling me. My supposed to-be fiancé was coming to meet me and had no clue. I was shattered, lost, hopeless. I don't know, I was confused. I didn't know what to do ahead because I also didn't want to give up on my professional career, which had just begun. And also I was not ready mentally. But things went on. You can't say no to, entire set of people sitting right in front of you who has raised you like a princess forever. Even I could not do that. I said yes. Things were moving on. By the time I could settle down for what was happening, that marriage was withdrawn right 4 days before my marriage. It was cut off. That brought a series of tears and pain, and I don't know why my parents felt so shameful about it. Back then, I could not understand. They even made me leave my job and sit at home again. Back to from where I had started. Jobless and clueless. I didn't know what I had to do, but I had to do something. So, few days I took my time, started recompiling again. What next? What next? What next? So at that time, CAT was on the boom. I started prepping for my master's. The only deal I had was I could prep, I could go, and I could finish my course only if I allowed my family to keep on finding the prospects in the meantime. So yes, I said, okay, fine, and I was focused on my studies. But that period was really, really painful because everybody that came up had their own expectations which I was supposed to follow. I don't know why. For example, one of the grooms who came, his father sat right in front of me asking me how many days would you take to lose that extra kilos on your body so that we can plan the date accordingly. Would you believe everybody agreed to it? Gymming, crash diets, yoga, maybe, running in the morning, I don't know what all. They said yes to everything. And I was made to do that. I wasn't forgiven. Somehow it did not happen. The next prospect that I met, his condition was, he will marry me only if I do M.Tech instead of MBA. Because that would land me to a job where I would have been a lecturer. And they said they are very modern. They allow their daughter-in-laws to work, provided she works as a teacher. Okay, no worries. Third prospect came. His comment was, you're too ambitious to be a girl. Okay, I had to listen because my cat hadn't happened till then. I had to be quiet. It went on. That trauma, that pain, that struggle was there while I was prepping, somehow trying to manage to come out of that situation. I gave my exams. Decent, thick-thack types. I got score. I landed up in a college when perfect government job wala ladka entered into the scene, and my family was like, we cannot get a better match at all. But his condition was to leave my MBA and stay in some remote location. I couldn't do that. My family was totally shattered because that second marriage was also broken. I went ahead for my master's. I completed it. I landed with a job. My family did not speak to me for 2 years. I was all lost, confused, but I just did not give up. The only point of talking this entire journey is because this happens with 70% of women workforce in India. This might be a very, very cliche topic, but it exists. Directly or indirectly, that pressure to be perfect, to fit into that frame of being ideal as a daughter and or a daughter-in-law is so huge that they are forced to give up on their professional career being equally capable. So yes, today I will say only 2 lines. Times have changed and you have to change your mentality. Because Shri Ram मर्यादा में रहना सिखाते थे. जब वक्त बदला, वही श्री राम श्री कृष्ण बन के आए और उन्होंने मर्यादा में रखना सिखाया. So girls, stand up for yourself, speak for yourself. If your rights, dignity and authority are questioned, speak up. Don't just give up. If you're not offered a seat at the table, come on girl, get your own chair, but don't just settle for anything less than what you deserve. Thank you so much for giving me a pleasant here. Thank you so much.